What is going on? So, we're going to be talking about Aventurine, and this is definitely a character that I previously stated initially, during his beta testing that he was not going to be very good. I have come to terms with eating my words, and he is really strong and giga powerful. As you can see here, we have a lot of tabs open, so we're going to be going in depth with him, and we're going to go over possible options and where he really fits in, as well as light cone possibilities. We're not going to do like a full build because I am going to be making an updated build guide for Aventurine as well as Akron when they do come out. But let's go ahead and start with talking about Aventurine. And, initially we need to talk about when his rerun is coming out. His rerun is going to be starting on the 13th of November, running until December 3rd. So, time of this recording, it will be next week. The 12th or 13th, depending on where you are in the world, and very, very strong. So, jumping back over to Aventurine, what is exactly makes him so good, and why is he arguably best preservation character in the game to supply characters with, just infinite shields and just not dying? So, his whole premise really revolves around his fortified wager shield. So, with his trace, Hot Hand, he is going to just, apply a shield for everybody on your team, lasting for 3 turns, as you can see there. Then, his other major trace that is very important is Bingo. Because whenever you have somebody launching up a follow-up attack, you are going to gain 1 stack of Blind Bet. And once you reach 7 stacks of Blind Bet, then you are going to be launching a right here. So this isn't the ultimate, but essentially once you get your 7 stacks of Blind Bet, then Aventurine is going to launch his own follow-up attack, which does not count towards your follow-up attack stacks for Blind Bet, and he's going to be supplying a shield to everyone, and this shield you can just keep stacking it over and over and over again. And then his ultimate is, you're, like it says right here, you're randomly going to be getting 1 to 7 stacks of Blind Bet while dealing damage to the enemy, and in causing the enemy to, have a 15% increased crit damage. So, jumping over here to the tier list on Pridewind. On Memory of Chaos, he is S tier, or tier 0. S tier, tier 0, it's the same thing. So, very, very strong because of what he's able to provide, and with his skill, he's able to provide a shield for everybody. But for the most part, you're not going to be doing that because of the teams he's mainly going to be run on. We'll talk about that as well. Additionally, in Pure Fiction, tier 0, Apocalyptic Shadow, tier 0, or if you're sensing a trend here, go ahead and just go down to 0.5. So Aventurine right up there, Memory of Chaos, Hawkwild is up here, and Fushwen is up there as well as Gallagher. Same thing, same pairings of preservation, abundance characters. Essentially, it's like run the same way. The problem with, I guess the main problem with Aventurine is that he doesn't actually heal HP. It's just a shield that he provides. However, he is so splashable on any team, it's ridiculous. I did mention that he is really good on follow-up attack teams. We'll go to team builds here and just get a general baseline idea. The follow-up attack synergy team is like just stupid strong. He is also very good on Acheron's team. If we jump over to preservation light cones, if you run, if I can find it, Tread of the Universal Market, because of the fact that it increases his defense, which is very important to his kit. Again, we'll talk about that with his actual build and go more in depth. But because of the fact that if you like S5, this 4-star light cone, for me, I think I have mine S4. Whenever he is attacked, you have a 100 to 120% base chance to inflict burn on the enemy, and for each time the wearer deals dot, that is equal to, a percentage of the wearer's defense as burn damaged. this secondary part isn't really that important. The important part is that inflicting the burn onto the enemy for the Acheron teams, because of the fact that for Acheron, you need to be inflicting dot damage. Burn counts as dot damage, so that stacks as 1/stream for Acheron. So that's why he's very good on that team. Other team options, quite frankly, is that like anything. Because of the fact that he is so SP friendly, meaning you really don't need to be using your shield, your skill, all that much, because you know, any like other teammates can launch follow-up attacks. It's not just strictly just the follow-up attack team, and it's honestly just crazy. So there's that, and you know he's competing with, like I said, units such as Gallagher and Ling Sha. Both of these units are on super break teams. That's just, you know, where they are viable. So that's one team. Huahua is also very splashable. Same with Fushwen. They're very, very splashable, but Fushwen I would consider is a little slower in terms of playstyle. Huahua is very nice and good, but she likes to use her skill points, which sucks because that takes away from everybody else on the team, whereas Aventurine doesn't. So like I said, for light cone options, the 4-star is right here, the Tread the Universal Market. I recommend that if you're going to be running the Acheron team. Otherwise, honestly, you could just run the Moment of Victory light cone, as that's a massive boost to defense. I also have this, but like I said, because I run him on the Acheron team, I tend to friend Market lower. And then his own signature light cone is very stupid strong, because of the fact that it increases his defense by a lot. Then when he provides a shield to everyone, the wearer's crit damage increases for turns, and his follow-up attacks just a more of a base chance to increase damage taken by the attacked enemy target, which is very nice. So it provides a lot. Now, is he worth it? Yeah. If you're second guessing yourself on him because of the fact that Sunday and Fujue are coming out, just ignore that. Get him. If you do not have him, get him, because ideally, team building wise, for like end game pieces of content like Pure Fiction, Apocalyptic Shadow, Memory of Chaos, you want 2 teams. And going over this, you can see based off of the usage for like thousands of players and scanned accounts that Pridewind does, can see where he is in terms of usage, and that gives you a general baseline idea as to how good it is. Like right here, for Pure Fiction, he is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's the 7th character. Not that surprising, given that Pure Fiction you really don't want to be using preservation or sustain characters. You just want to be doing raw damage and attack. Apocalyptic Shadow, though, you want someone to provide survivability. He is the #1 unit right there. And with Memory of Chaos, you want someone to provide sustainability and survivability. And you can just see right here, the top 4 characters are the follow-up attack team. This is just like what you want. And that's what I use for my follow-up attack team. So I can run him on 2 different teams, one with Acheron, the other with Fei Xiao. And it's just smooth sailing. So yes, he is definitely a must-summon character. And I will be also providing a build guide for him later this week.